Keisean Nixon now from his end zone. Well, now how about this return? And he's going to be out of bounds across the 50. Great return.
It's tough enough to play defense anyway, but after a return like that, now your mindset has to change a little bit. Instead of going out and just getting settled in the first few plays, you have to be prepared for just about anything.
They're quickly out wide. This is Watson. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So that as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
33 yards that time.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Now Jones. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. Jones again. And not a whole lot there as he'll get him down at about the 2. This opening drive has taken him to the 2, but now they come up on a 3rd and goal. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Mercedes Lewis, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Packers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Many would call that a gutsy decision here early on to go for it 4th and goal. There was no hesitation. Field goal unit never sniffed the field.
It was a message. And the message was, I trust you on offense. Go out and make this happen. Go ahead and pick it up. You know what else he said? I trust my defense as well. If they don't get it, I know you're going to hold them. So it's a message to your entire team that you believe in them.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 21. They start on the ground here. It's Sanders. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Play action. Here's Hurts. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time to have a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Quay Walker came through to make the sack. But just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, and this time it's going to come from the middle linebacker because watching the lineman, It seemed to me that they thought he was going to drop back into pass protection, but he surprised them and came on the blitz instead and had a pretty clear run to the quarterback.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room?
Yeah.
Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You want some explanations.
He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers. 2 touchdown passes now here in this first quarter for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Matt LaFleur, he tells the offense, stay out there, go for 2. They're going to run for it with Jones. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And as he approaches to kick it off, he might be thinking this could be a 14-0 lead with a couple of PATs as he sends this one away. Fielded right around the 8. 12-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. As this offense gets ready here for this drive, Charles, you still wonder about that prior drive. Went for it on 4th down in their own territory, didn't get it, and then that led to a touchdown on the other side. And I don't mind the aggressiveness. In fact, I'm usually a huge fan of it, but I just want teams to always weigh risk and reward. To me, too early in this game because the reward just wasn't big enough to go for it there in case they failed. Now the pressure back on their offense to pick themselves up, and they gave the touchdown that was just given up. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. From the gun, it's Hurts. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
Now that's how you start to get back in the good graces of your head coach. Remember, he fumbled on the last possession. How about the faith they showed him, giving him the ball again, and he repaid them, picking up a first down.
And it's a Packers touchdown. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And that will make this a 19-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
We know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Hurts throw here, take it in as he's able to find Goddard.
Here we go, back.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Flush to his right. He will find Smith in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles are able to cut into that deficit. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And they're able to cut the deficit to 12. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out. He's got a man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big pickup of 38.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. Now a draw play. This is Jones. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his second extra point here in the first half. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
They approach this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
And that's complete to Sanders. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. Second and 2. Hurts. This is Smith with a grab. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Devontae Smith. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Eagles get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Elliott good with a PAT. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Nixon now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. On first down, Rodgers. He's got him in. just shy of the 40. That one goes for 36 yards.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
Rodgers' throw brought in by Watson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. There he goes, right side. Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. So they had a good drive going, a chance to build on this first half lead, but now you kind of feel like we got a new ball game.
And you wonder what the discussion will be now at halftime, because I think we were headed towards one. Now it's a different discussion altogether. One side optimistically, the other side wondering what could have been.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. It's a squib kick picked up near the 25. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
On first down, Hurts. Throw left side complete. That's Sanders. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Throwing is Hurts. Open man has got it, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. To throw again on second down. Hurts has swung out wide to Sanders. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On third down, they'll run it with Sanders. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. Hurts sets up to throw it. Buying time to his left. And that is incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
To throw again on second down. Hurts. Touchdown! Quez Watkins. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Eagles have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Elliott good on the extra point, and that gives them a 3-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Nixon now from his end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And this will be a Packers first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Rodgers now to throw. Throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. So for Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. On play action. Now Rodgers. Lets it fly deep for Cobb. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Darius Slay with a pick. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one back into...